Greetings and konnichiwa, and welcome to another episode of Super Megaforce Vlogs here at the Onyx Tavern. Once again, I have Raptor and DJ with me, and they have switched spots for some reason, just to throw me off, I guess. How you guys doing today?
The universe inverted.
Good plan. Other than that, what he said.
All right. Well, since we didn't get to it last week, we're going to go ahead and talk about Blue Saber Saga from Super Megaforce, which it featured a Blue Ranger. It had sabers, but it wasn't much of a saga. I mean, Raptor, what did you think about the episode? Just general points. I would be a little bit more eloquent than that, but I share your sentiments. DJ, what do you think?
Nothing more than another Blue Ranger self-esteem episode because I learned a lesson.
You know, I learned something today.
Exactly.
Yeah, South Park made it a joke because that's how they're playing it straight. That's kind of the problem here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This really highlights the problem I think we have with Noah using Joe's footage. Because Noah and Joe are two completely different characters from each other.
Nothing to compare the two.
Exactly. And, I want to bring this point up real quick. I think what should have happened is it should have been Jake as the Blue Ranger and Noah is the Green Ranger.
And I was talking about this about DJI several times.
Okay, because I know what your theory is on it, but...
Not a theory, it's just my idea on how it should have went.
Oh, yeah, what it should have been. But I think... the reason that probably didn't happen, because it makes all the sense in the world, because I can see Jake as a sword wielder, definitely.
Well, yeah, considering he was the axe guy.
Exactly. And of course, since the Blue Ranger was the blasting guy, it would make sense. But they would run into that little bitty problem of Noah being the Black Megaforce Ranger.
How I think it would work is if we were to bounce off Raptor's theory, if we were really, okay, I know we're going far, guys, but just bear with us.
First and foremost, this isn't really a theory, just, my idea on how it should have went. But, alright, so, go ahead, DJ.
So, how he said it is, it should have been like the Zeo arc, where the Mega Rangers go and look for the Super Megaforce powers, and upon finding the powers, there's a giant earthquake, and Jake reaches for the blue powers and grabs it because it's the closest one, while Noah reaches for the green powers, and they don't switch their Megaforce powers, they only switch to Super Megaforce powers.
Well, my theory also, my pitch also involved this Super Megaforce powers being destroyed along with the Zords, because, that would make sense.
You mean Megaforce, not Super Megaforce.
Yeah, Megaforce. But, I think a way to solve it, that's a good way to go ahead and solve it, but I also think casting would have been a way to do that. Or, at the very least, not make Noah the nerd. Make him somebody who would be interested in sword fighting. I don't know, it just seems to me...
Or, it could have been character development. Maybe in the first season, he expresses an interest in it.
Exactly, and they never did that because... they choose not to do character development for some reason.
Yeah, they don't.
They would claim this is character development.
I call false because considering Noah had his own episode, which was episode 3 in Megaforce as well, had 2 self-esteem episodes. Character development, I say, is good, but they pick the weak. Thus is Noah, and
he's the one that gets the most development.
Exactly.
I think one of the more interesting things about this episode is. Again, go off Gokaiger footage and going off the plot, he's able, in a bamboo forest of all places, to build this contraption to throw knives at himself, which that to me says this is not a show for 5-year-olds because, yeah, kids, set up something to throw knives at yourself.
Yeah, set up that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I want to know how he did it because I know he's smart. I might be able to see Billy get away with this 20 years ago.
Well, maybe he asked Gosei for something. Yeah,
is that where you got that big old knife from?
Yeah, it's like, hey, Gosei, I need a train. And so Gosei's like, here, take this knife-launching machine.
Yeah, I don't know how he set the thing up. Because, again, I can believe Joe did it, but I can't believe that Noah did it. Another issue is, okay, so they're not really doing tribute episodes in Super Megaforce the same way they did in Gokaiger.
Well... kind of, but we'll get to that in the next episode.
At least not right away, but we do know that Nick Sampson, who played Chip on Mystic Force, was the voice of the villain. They used...
Skatana,
yeah. They used the Mystic Force keys to activate the dragon, which for some reason sounds more like an eagle than you would think a dragon would.
I'd go along the lines of arguing that it sounds more like a chimera.
but it's a Chimera Zord.
Just saying.
It's a Dragon Zord.
Just saying.
Okay. So, as far as this goes, do you guys think it was okay to do this kind of like Mystic Force introduction in an episode that has nothing to do with Mystic
Yeah,
Force?
stupid.
Yeah, too much. Trying to cram too much in the series.
Yeah, because it condensed basically.
Because the episode of Gokaiger that this was primarily based on was the second episode to feature the Mystic Dragon.
Exactly. So the whole quest to find the dragon was not introduced in there. Is it bothering any of you guys that they're just... Okay, let's go back to Gokaiger, because they had to gain the greater powers, they actually had to do something. Do you think the Megaforce Rangers, or the Super Megaforce Rangers, are doing enough to earn these powers to be worthy of this?
In the next episode,
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
we'll get to that earning. But as far as the mystic powers and the SPD powers, I can see why they earn the SPDs because they did use them frequently. So it's just like, here you go, you have.
But this is an episode where they don't use the Mystic Force powers. It was
even at the end, Noah's holding the blue Mystic key, looking at it, going, So it's like,
how the hell did I get this power?
Exactly.
Yes. I'm not so sure exactly what they're trying to go with, because it does look like we're going to have tribute episodes later in the series.
Which is actually going to be next week's episodes.
Yeah, and then we basically just like, they're not really earning anything, just Gosei is given it to them where Gosei thinks they need it. Because I think Gosei...
That's what he's been doing the entire time.
Gosei's full of it. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, does Gosei really know what he's doing?
He learned from the best.
You know, at least when Zordon gave them new Zords, it's because they trashed their old ones, and he sent them off for new powers when they lost their old powers.
Not necessarily true, because when they went to the Thunder Zords, that was just an upgrade. None of the Zords were destroyed. They already had been brought back.
Okay, well, 5 of them were frozen.
But
4 of them were frozen. And
also, as Linkara points out, maybe Zordon's just mad at them for trashing his stuff.
Yeah, I like that theory,
Teenagers.
I would go send the Rangers on pointless quests because I am tired of them fucking up.
But you know, at least when Zordon would send them on a quest, it was actually for a purpose, and it actually worked like gung ho.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, but Gosei, he's just arbitrarily giving them powers. Like, you learned how to use a sword technique, even though you've never shown any interest in being a swordsman. So here's a dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. There isn't too much to this episode. I know there seems to be a thing going on, and Raptor, I'll let you explain a little bit more about with Emma.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Noah.
Emma and Noah.
Yeah.
Shipping! Ow!
Personally, I do think it's just that she's gaining respect for him, but
no,
She wants
was
the D.
Yeah. She wants Noah's D. She was looking at him all lustfully.
And did you not see that little smirk that Noah gave? He's like, yeah, she wants the D.
Oh, Noah, I want you inside of me.
Oh, Emma.
once again, this is what I'm dealing with. I do think it was kind of...
Honestly, I think nothing's going to come of it.
Oh, of course not. They're going to just keep building on Jake and Gia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... Well, any final thoughts that you guys have about this episode? Because again, there isn't too much to it. It's really just a carbon copy of the Gokaiger episode, except it makes less sense.
If I was to have one final thought, it was the word to Saban. Enough with Noah character development, and stop having Troy be obsessed with Gosei Knight.
Yeah, why don't we do
He
something?
hasn't mentioned it, but that's been his huge goal. You know it's in the back of his mind. It will be brought up soon.
Yeah, because we're only in the third
Fourth
episode.
episode.
Well, we're getting into the fourth, but this
I'm
is
saying what's current right now. It doesn't matter what vlog we're on.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, they haven't featured him in really anything. It's not been about him.
No, which I can even bring up this theory later on. It was like how I'll just say it right now with the whole Gosei Knight or Robo Knight, coming on. I think they're when Orion eventually just discovered Goldmon, because that will happen before the mid-season break.
Yeah.
It's already been stated. So I think what's going to happen is instead of Timefire, Dragon Ranger, and Abakiller coming, it's going to be Robo Knight showing up.
Well,
That's
it's already been confirmed that Gosei Knight will appear in the middle of the season, or Robo Knight, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Gosei Knight, RoboCop.
Peter Weller will show up. That'd be a great cameo.
Murphy.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's been confirmed via toy description for the Q-Rex Megazord, which goes U-Rex, for Gokaiger terms, that Silver Ranger inherits it from the Quantum Ranger.
And that would be interesting to see how that kind of plays in with everything
It'll
else
just
going
be
on.
someone prancing around in the Quantum Ranger suit. And not actually.
I think what'll happen is we'll
Eric.
do the whole White Room scenario. There's some guy in the Quantum Ranger suit. There will be a Ryan. Are you the Quantum Ranger? And then he'll just present the power.
Yeah, because how dare we get Daniel Southworth to actually do a 5-minute video voiceover?
Yeah, we get the guy who does.
Hey, they might do that. I mean,
They could do a voiceover. I mean,
They've been getting a lot of veteran Ranger actors for these voiceovers.
Mhm.
Well, that's a lot of speculation kind of down the line, but let's go ahead and close out with just general final thoughts on Blue Saber Saga. What do you guys think about just this episode? Is it
It's a
skippable?
stupid train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of dropped
The-
the ball.
I mean,
this
the
way.
only plot-
Go ahead.
The only plot advancing thing that happens is acquiring the Mystic Dragon.
Which they could have done at any point.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean anything.
This
So.
is basically the first play of the Super Bowl. Is how I describe this episode. That bad.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right, then. Join us for our second video. We're going to go ahead and get caught up with Alliance next. But thank you for watching this vlog, and stay tuned for the next one.